Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a humble farmer named Thomas. Thomas was known for his diligence and kindness, always ready to lend a hand to neighbors in need. He tended to his modest farm with love and care, growing a variety of crops that provided for his family and the villagers. One sunny morning, as Thomas was plowing his field, his plow struck something hard. Intrigued, he stopped and began to dig around the spot. To his amazement, he uncovered a large, ancient pot. The pot was intricately decorated with mysterious symbols and gleamed in the sunlight, suggesting it was not just any ordinary pot. Thomas, curious about his find, carefully lifted the pot out of the ground. It was surprisingly light despite its size. He dusted it off and inspected it closely. There was a lid on top, which he slowly lifted. To his astonishment, the pot was filled with what looked like grains of golden sand. As he ran his fingers through the sand, he felt a warm, soothing sensation unlike anything he had ever experienced. Unsure of what to make of the pot, Thomas decided to take it to the village wise woman, Elara, who was known for her knowledge of ancient artifacts and magical items. Elara examined the pot with great interest, her eyes widening as she recognized the symbols etched into its surface. "This is no ordinary pot, Thomas," Elara said, her voice tinged with excitement. "This is a pot of endless bounty, a rare magical artifact from ancient times. It is said that whatever you place inside it, the pot will multiply it many times over." Thomas was astounded. A pot that could multiply whatever was placed inside it. He could hardly believe his ears. Elara instructed him to be careful with the pot and to use its magic wisely. Thanking her, Thomas returned home, his mind racing with possibilities. That evening, Thomas decided to test the pot's magic. He placed a handful of corn kernels inside and closed the lid. He whispered a hopeful wish and opened the lid again. To his amazement, the pot was now brimming with corn. He repeated the process with a few more items: wheat, beans, and even a small amount of gold coins he had saved. Each time, the pot multiplied the items several times over. Over the next few days, Thomas used the pot's magic to improve his farm. His fields became lush with crops, and his storehouses overflowed with food. Word of Thomas's newfound abundance spread quickly through the village, and soon, neighbors were coming to him for help. True to his kind nature, Thomas used the pot's magic to aid his fellow villagers, ensuring that no one went hungry. As time passed, the village flourished. The once struggling community became prosperous, with plenty of food and resources for everyone. Thomas's farm became a symbol of hope and generosity, and he was beloved by all. However, with great power comes great responsibility. Thomas realized that the pot's magic was not infinite. Elara had warned him that the pot must be used wisely, and he knew he couldn't rely on it forever. He decided to use the prosperity it brought to build a stronger, more self-sufficient village. Thomas invested in better farming tools, taught his neighbors advanced farming techniques, and helped establish a communal granary for the village. He ensured that the village had a plan for the future, one that didn't rely solely on the pot's magic. Over time, the villagers learned to sustain themselves, using the pot sparingly and with respect for its mysterious power. Years passed, and the village continued to thrive. The magical pot remained a treasured item, a reminder of the time when it had brought hope and prosperity. Thomas, now an elder, looked out over the vibrant fields and bustling village with pride. He knew that the real magic lay not in the pot, but in the spirit of the community that had come together to build a better future. And so, the story of Thomas and the magical pot became a cherished legend, passed down through generations. It taught the villagers the importance of generosity, wisdom, and the power of working together. And in the heart of the village, the pot still sat in a place of honor, a silent guardian.